Hello and welcome to the Average Tabletop Gamers. On this episode we're going to be looking at the medieval buildings and bridge from Urbanmatz. Hi and welcome to the Average Tabletop Gamers. I'm Ben.
And I'm Gary.
And we have made a village.
We have indeed.
We haven't. We've not made a village. Someone made a village for us.
In the deepest heart of the Czech Republic.
And then they did the decent thing and painted it and then sent it to us.
And shipped it to us. I mean, how good is that?
It's amazing. So, where are we going to start?
Well, Urbanmatz with a Z.
With a Z.
Very important.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It's one of those where sceneries, it's come on in such leaps and bounds over the last 10, 15 years. Workshop with its elevation of its plastics and its heavyweight plastics.
Yeah.
The resins industry's got a lot better. The kits,
3D printers.
Yeah. There's so much out
laser
there.
cutters, etc.
But I think something for the everyman that's nice and simple.
Yeah.
Is a good little niche to be in. And for me, this is where this fits. This is a really nice basic set of terrain that would fit on. It'd spice up your Mordheim table. It would be great for any fantasy tabletop game you've got.
Yeah, so your Sigmar, your Erewhons, anything like that.
Your Kings of Wars, that kind of game.
Yeah. I think it's pushing it a little for some sci-fi games.
Yeah.
But
unless you're playing Warhammer Siege from the original version, which had a 40k element to it, where you can have the fantasy fighting the 40k guys.
There's a reference for the kids.
Absolutely.
Showing your age there.
Yeah, my age is slipping. Wow.
So Urbanmatz, we know that they're a good company. You know, they do some really nice things. We've had a few
really
bits and
nice
bobs from them. I think they probably started out in table mats, which is hence the name.
Absolutely.
And they've now progressed into this prefabricated, pre-painted terrain.
I'm going to say it, affordable terrain.
Yeah, and we can get to that bit in a bit because that's the cream on the top there, the affordability side of things. What we got? This is probably more, a little bit more about the kind of this.
So with most fantasy games, you don't want to overclutter your table unless it's a skirmish. So we've got a table here which is around 3.5 foot by 2 and a bit foot.
Yeah.
So for a board of this size, it's looking really cluttered. But if this was a skirmish game, it's pretty decent with a couple of other little bits of terrain here and there. So it's a really good selection of buildings. There's repetition. You can see you've got 3 of these little cottages you have here. There are 2 more kind of like squared off townhouses.
Yeah.
There's what is either it's a blacksmith's, judging by the chimney inside it, or a bakehouse. Whatever you want.
Pizzeria maybe.
Or a very old medieval pizza, ye olde Pizza Hut. We're not sponsored by Pizza Hut, by the way.
Shack.
But if pizza, aye. The Pizza Forge. And there's also this...
Oh, I like Pizza Forge.
Up there. That's our business model.
There we go. That's
Thank
it.
you.
Our millions.
In the future. See you later, guys.
Yeah.
And also you get this bridge, which is... It's massive, but...
It's a bit of work, that, isn't it?
But to get fantasy units over, it's going to do the job.
Also, good size for movement trades as well.
But D&D role play.
That was my initial thinking was more along for the guys that don't war game but they role play and they play things like D&D and those other games more from a miniatures perspective rather than the imagination and mental perspective that I think that I do. But this for that is absolutely spot on.
And that's becoming a bit more popular. I mean, there's a lot of big fans of Stranger Things out there. And it's reintroduced a lot of people to D&D, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
But also it highlights the differences between European roleplay. And European roleplay has been very much more what's called theatre of the mind, which is what I've role-played in the past. Ben's done lots of role-playing as well. And that's more what we're used to, where it's all descriptive.
At most you might get a whiteboard that's got 4 lines drawn on it.
So a maths book, which had spare pages in the back of with a graph paper on to write in. I never really used miniatures at all, but when you see our cousins in America playing, it's a very miniature-driven game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is obviously kind of, you must be part of the thinking, because this is it's a medieval town. It's a medieval village. It's you know, you've got space. You know, you've got this lovely bridge to have a troll under. You've got a few houses to kind of explore your way around and things like this. It's a really good set.
So let's get a bit of a close up on one of the cottages here.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So just so you can see a bit of the detail, let's have a look, and we'll talk about some of the quality of it here. Now, the one thing I'd say here is you're not getting what I call a very highly detailed, like it's not what you're gonna call like an expert level of painting, but what you're getting is it's really basic, really neat.
It's very vivid.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is vivid. It works really well.
However, from our experience, these would take very little to do a little bit of touching up on and do little things with. If you wanted to, you don't need to. It's totally serviceable, totally does what you want, but I can see these becoming much redder tiles. I can see a bit of like moss on the...
Yeah, a little bit of wash.
A little bit of wash here and there.
Yeah, a bit there.
So
now,
I'll put the bridge in as well, just so we can have a look at that.
So what you've got here is these are... they're resin cast. And they look like they're done as a two-piece mould, the buildings anyway.
Yeah.
So you've got a roof and main body.
But there's no assembly.
No, again, it all comes assembled and painted and stuff. So, but because they're a resin cast, you do get this slight difference in cast weights.
Yeah.
Because it is hand produced.
Yeah. So this feels very light in comparison to the other one, which feels much sturdier.
Or the other way around.
Yeah, or the other way around. It's one of those where, are you going to notice anything? I can't tell the weight difference between these two on the tabletop.
No, they're superb.
Yeah.
I think it's such a good bit of kit to just pop on a table. You know, if you're playing a pickup game as well, you know, you rather than faffing around, these are rock solid.
Yeah.
You're not going to damage them.
Yeah.
The paint's not going to come off. They're not going to chip. You know, you can store them badly in a box if you want to.
And they'll be okay.
And they'll be absolutely fine. You know, this is the kind of terrain you can take to your games club, take to your mate's house, pull out of whatever box you've got it in, stick it on the table and go.
Our recommendation, if you're not doing any additions to them, is keep them in the box that got shipped in, because it's actually self-contained and it's got everything you need in it. So the price of this set, and this is the quite surprising part, is the very reasonable €119.90.
Which is what, by today's money, is about 105 quid.
Yeah.
If you're in the UK at the moment, and there are other, you know, obviously various shipping taxes and things like this, but you're looking at what, 120 euros, 105 quid. You get in 2, 4, you're getting 6 buildings
And a bridge.
and a bridge. What's that? 7? What works out at?
Well, if you got those 5 bits of terrain for 20 quid a pop, those 2 bits are free.
Yeah.
I work in discounts in my head because that's my retail background coming through.
Yeah.
I think these are a really good set. I think Matt have done a really good job here.
For 20 quid a piece, you'd easily pay 20 quid a piece for those.
Yeah.
The fact that you're getting them at less than 20 quid a piece is super.
Yeah. And if you know, and there's many of us out there, you're going to be that lazy gamer. There's lots of us out there. This will probably tick a lot of your boxes.
Yeah. And now Urbanmatz have obviously taken this idea and they've kind of really expanded on it. This is just the medieval building set. You know, they have terrain sets out there for loads of different game systems.
One we're very interested in because we both play it. The one for Legion.
Yeah, Star Wars Legion, especially Tatooine.
Yes.
Sets, which I know is what you're gunning for.
Because I've got some plastic modular buildings for that are more expensive than one of these would be on its own.
Yeah.
So for far less faff, I'm thinking I'm actually probably going to move away from the plastics and move towards this.
Yeah. So so that's just an indication as to what we think of them in the fact that they are willing to take us away from stuff we've already got and spend a bit more money just to get something else on the table.
Absolutely.
Which, you know, if anyone's ever met Gary, you'll understand how difficult getting him to open his wallet really is. Last time we did it, the Queen blinked.
And it was Victoria.
So, I honestly, I think they're lovely. I think they're really, really good. They're great value. They're sturdy, sturdy as all hell.
Yeah. I think they're going to be a foundation. Any set of basic terrain to get out, have a game. If you're a skirmish game, like I say, it'll fit in with what you do. Check it out. So I think check out the Urbanmatz website because you'll probably surprise yourself. And the mats, if you link these in with one of their full colour mats.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, you get a really good, decent sized gaming table with a set of these and a decent sized mat.
Yeah.
You know, what a great plan that is.
Yeah.
Just as a thought, just off the top of my head, there, looking at these again, if you're a games club, definitely look these out. You know, I'm a member of a couple of games clubs in this area, and you go along, and there's always a bit of a scrabble for terrain. There's always a bit of scrabble for board space, and the terrain that's there takes a bit of a battering. It's never quite stored properly.
Looks dog-eared after a while.
Yeah. You could spend, as I say, 120 euros on these.
Get a mat.
Get a mat. You know, and there's a gaming
Decent
setup.
gaming setup.
If you want the same from certain other retailers, you're going to pay a lot more, and you're going to have to put a lot more effort into it as well. Urbanmatz. We'll put links and stuff down there to their website. In fact, we'll put links to this set down there. And we're going to be doing a review of some of the mats in the not too distant future. So we will link back to this from that.
Yeah, we'll probably get some of we'll get some of the train on some shots of the
Yeah,
mats.
we'll make it all look pretty and everything.
We'll make it look lovely.
So that is it from us. If you like what we do, follow us on any of these channels here. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We haven't got a Discord yet.
No, we haven't got a play-by-mail set up.
No, or any of those other things that the kids are doing now.
Yeah.
And we weren't at Glastonbury. So we won't be at Gen Con this year either, no matter how many people ask us.
We have had that, which is quite nice.
It's really good.
Thank you, new games designers out there. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it shows that we are doing something we like.
Yeah.
If you like what we do, tell others. If you don't like what we do and think we could do it better, tell us. The only way we ever get better is by hearing from you guys about what we need to do, and don't just say things like take the Scottish one off.
Yeah, because that's just a given.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it from us. These are Urbanmatz Medieval Buildings and Bridge. Big thumbs up from us. We like it a lot, and we'll see you all next time when we come back and do something else.